Oh no, there we go. Okay, everything's working properly now. Hey guys, fun fact, Thornbury's out of town, working on the boat that refuses to ever actually work properly. And that meant that I didn't totally know how to set up the studio on my own. So we were gonna shoot from there. Instead, if you recognize this from my Friday streams, this is the home studio I have. But today, instead of having Thornbury, we brought somebody who's actually taller than average. So we just kind of inverted everything. This is our buddy Brian. We met him at Blobfest last year. Turns out he actually had sent us an email forever ago about a weird experience he had in the woods. And I was like, hey, if I don't have Thorn Bussy, then I might as well bring on Brian to explain his weird experience in the woods, because I remember looking at it and reading this email, and I remember saying to Thornbury, this looks like it's too well written to be a real thing. This is a creepypasta. As we eventually found out, it wasn't, and I also never responded to that email, which hurt Brian's feelings.
It hurt my feelings a lot.
So that felt like this was restitution, bring him on, have him tell his story, and I know we're being goofy, and the show's been pretty goofy lately, but this is a real thing that happened. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have him tell that story, but before we get started, obviously to protect his identity, he's wearing pit vipers.
Yes, I wanted to look like the dad you'd avoid at every baseball game ever.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit too.
And don't worry, we're gonna.
He's gonna take them off.
Pop
Too.
them right off.
Yeah, he's a real guy. He's not that weird looking. Not that weird looking. I'm just adjusting cameras and stuff because I'm neurotic. Anyway, the fun part about this story, I think, and I'm gonna see if I can pop it up because I think I have it set up to do this. Wrong screen. Well, that's unfortunate. It wouldn't be technical. It wouldn't be the Lore Lodge without technical difficulties. Anyway, so this is this right here is near where we live. I'm not going to show you exactly where we live, but it's pretty close. This state game lands right here is where everything went down. Brian says it was around this spot right here specifically. To give you an idea of where that is, we live vaguely over here. That's actually not my proper correct address, just so you guys know. That is an old address. Don't try to find me. You will get shot. Unless I invite you, of course. But anyway, this is approximately a distance of, what would you say, probably 10 miles? 5 miles. Oh, good God.
Yeah, it's very close.
So it's very close to where we live. It is right next to Penhurst Asylum, which, for those of you who don't know, is a very famous old shut-down insane asylum. It's probably not the proper term for it, to be honest with you, but we were out drinking before this, so I'm just gonna hit you with that. Shut down in the 1980s, which is about the same time they shut down the steel mill. When you shut down the main source of everybody's jobs, and you also shut down where they keep all of the crazy people, it tends to have a negative economic impact on the town. That happened for a while. It took about 40 years, but now Phoenixville is a wonderful place to live again.
Yes.
And that's how we met Brian. We were at Blobfest. Come see us at Blobfest. It is the weekend of whatever's closest to July 13th.
And me and my wife will also be there.
Yes.
So it'll be a great time.
Yes, and Brian is a huge person. His wife is also tall, so it works.
We're making D linemen for the future.
Yes, these will be Division I. Not in basketball.
No.
He is entirely too Irish for that.
Yes.
But in football, most likely, I would think you can probably produce a...
Oh, yeah, we'll make someone. I'm a Giants fan, so someone like JPP, sans blowing their fingers off, but, maybe they might blow their fingers off. But,
Hopefully not. I think you know more about gun safety than that.
I do. Well, but that was... Do you know that story?
Okay, well,
that was fireworks, dude. He was playing with fireworks.
Oh, it was fireworks?
Yeah,
I thought he shot himself.
Fireworks on July 4th, and he blew his fingers off like an idiot, and he had to wear a club on his arm, and it looked cool, but, he still blew his fingers off.
This is why the Giants have not sniffed a championship in many years.
Easy there.
I don't know. I mean, how many Super Bowls have you been to in the last 25 years? Less than us, which is shocking.
It is shocking.
That's upsetting.
It is upsetting.
Yeah, but you need to give us the next Lane Johnson. We need that. Mm-hmm. We don't know where he is. He's somewhere in college at the moment. Or potentially high school. I don't know how long Lane Johnson is going for. But anyway, point is, you were bow hunting?
I was bow hunting early season, or late September, first week of October, and it was. Want me to just get into it then?
I mean, yeah, let's
Yeah.
First of all, if you want to explain why bow hunting season and gun hunting season are different, I think that's context a lot of people don't necessarily have.
Yeah. So in Pennsylvania, bow hunting starts around September. And
Also, really quickly, just because people are chatting, this is live. This is in fact live. I have not acknowledged super chats yet. They are over there. I see them. They are coming through. Duo, let me check and see about yours. I don't see it in here, so you might have a word in there that YouTube is flagging. But this is probably going to be a shorter episode. We're going to probably start taking super chats around 7:30, 7:45, depending on how long things go. So just be aware of that. So probably won't take any super chats submitted after 7:30. Mods, if you're in there, if you could please remind people of that periodically. Thank you. Anyway, tell us the story.
Yeah, so with Pennsylvania, bow hunting starts earlier than rifle hunting, and for the area that I'm in, that's around September, and you get out early. Before that, you do all this scouting and stuff, and this was a tiny little game land that was kind of orphaned in the middle of a lot of suburbia, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check this out. This will be cool. Rifle hunting, on the other hand, does start in November. It's like basically, Thanksgiving, the weekend of Thanksgiving kicks off 2 weeks of rifle hunting. And then
is this because the deer have fattened up from Thanksgiving?
Yes, and it's like peak rut, so you're getting some
horny deer,
really horny bucks. Yeah.
Okay,
and
that seems rude.
But
seems a little rude when you think about it.
Seeing like a really angry rutting buck it's pretty cool. They're pretty majestic at that point. They're just jacked.
Okay.
So I went out there. It was an early October morning. It was misting outside. I park in the parking area, all that kind of good stuff. And I spoke to another hunter who was out there for black powder, because black powder starts pretty early as well. And we chatted, and I tried to build a rapport with him because it's nice to know, just in case of a safety incident, there's someone else out there. And I start my hike down this straight road to the back of the game land, because it's a big square. And I wanted to get into the back left corner. That's a great spot. No one will be around me. Well, I start my walk, and it's misting. I got my headlamp on. I got my Home Depot bucket that I was going to sit on for the whole time, which is the cheapest and most affordable way because I don't want to fall out of a tree stand. And I start walking all the way back, and on my left side, I see these two yellow eyes in a tree row. And I'm like, oh, that's a raccoon. That's awesome. That's so cool. Maybe it's a deer. I'll maybe get a snort or two if it's a deer. And I kind of stop and look at it, and it doesn't blink. It doesn't move. It doesn't do anything. I'm like, all right, I'll just shove on. Time to move it along, get to my spot. And in an instant of me turning my head, it is now closer to me, like another 5 or 6 feet closer to me, directly on my left, where initially it was kind of in my, if I was looking south, it was a little bit west of me, and now it's directly west of me, right on my side. And I'm like, ooh, that's not good. I didn't hear anything move. And so I thought maybe raccoon jumped from a tree, something like that, and was just moving weird. Well, I started to back up, and I'm like, I got a bad feeling from this guy. Something not positive. Something, oh, hey, Archie. Something bad. The sensation in your stomach where you're in a place and like you can tell that it's not a good place to be, or like what
your body's telling you something's not right.
Something's not right. Almost like you are not welcome. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to start backing up. So I start backing up, and then I start hearing the movement to the side of me, and it follows me. And I'm an environmental scientist. I like to spend a lot of time outside. The one thing that I like animals, and that there's a specific sound that the gait of four-legged animals makes. It's a galumphing noise. So ba-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. It started to move, and it was a two-legged gait. So step, 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 step. And I was like, that's really strange. Mm-hmm. If it's a bear on its hind legs, that's weird.
They don't really do that.
They don't really do that, and a bear in this area would be also really weird.
Yeah, we haven't had bears in southeastern Pennsylvania since like colonial era.
Yeah.
Also, somebody said in the chat, is a mountain lion. Pennsylvania officially has no mountain lions. In reality, we definitely have them. They're just way up north and way out west, where New York and Ohio are. The Game Commission basically is at the point where it's like, we don't have proof they're here, but we have a whole bunch of anecdotes that they're somewhere in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Probably crossing over from those states, which I think also New York probably officially doesn't have them. But.
Yeah, I would assume New York probably on the official side doesn't have any, but they're there. They're few and in between with apex predators like that.
Yeah, but with Pennsylvania, in this area of Pennsylvania, there has not been a mountain lion, a wolf, or a bear sighted in probably 200 years.
Yeah, easily. So I start to back up a lot faster, and I hear it running beside me in the tree line. And then I started to turn, carrying a big bow and a bucket with a bunch of other, like with my...
What kind of bow is this, compound?
Compound bow is a Bowtech BT Mag X, if that means anything to anybody. I got a long draw because I'm a big guy, so I had to go with a semi-target style bow. But, of course I have my Twinkies in my bucket, so I have a little snack in the morning and all that good stuff.
Which is how you know we're not afraid of bears.
Yes. And I start running, and... I'm jogging, I'm a big dude, so everything's clacking around. I'm hearing this thing running next to me, and I get to an intersection, and I see another headlamp. I'm like, oh, thank God. There's another hunter here. He has a black powder gun, which is one shot, but it's better than nothing. And so I go up to him. I'm like, hey, man, how's it going? And he just walked up with another guy who has a what's it called? Oh, I'm blanking on this. It's a... Crossbow, thank you. There we go, crossbow. And so he has this crossbow, he has the other rifle, and the crossbow guy goes off into the ether, and I start talking to this guy. I'm like, hey man, I know I'm newer to hunting, I'm kind of a young guy, but I just saw something really weird and messed up. And do you see anything over there? Anything going on? And he's like, nope. And he just goes off on his own merry way. And he was like, I'm not getting involved with your scary movie. I don't want to be involved. I'm not going to be in this. Not going to roll in the credits. I'm out. So I'm like, well, time to bail. And I sprint off towards my truck. And I stopped hearing the sound of the footsteps next to me because it also turned into open field at that point. But when I got to the gate that they used to block off the game land to keep trucks from coming on, I turned around and was like, I got to see if there's something over there. Yeah. And in the center of the pathway, there's two eyes. Just yellow eyes, really tall, staring at me. And it just turned and went off. And I was like, I got to get out of here. Jump in the truck, threw everything in there, and proceed to call my dad. And the one thing is, I'm not afraid of much. I'm certainly not the toughest guy on the planet, but it takes a little bit to freak me out. And when I gave my dad that call, he thought that someone had been shot or something was really, really wrong. And I sat there on the phone with him for a 45-minute to an hour-long drive, just workshopping what this could have been, because bear, animal, it didn't make a lot of sense. And then with the footsteps, and finally I went, it could have been a homeless guy. Because there's a industrial facility that's private property right next to this game land, and there was a lot of these open, big industrial buildings. And I'm like, there's a good chance it could have been someone, like a homeless man, maybe someone who might have been on drugs or something, and they could have just been a little off kilter and wanted to freak me out, mess with me early in the morning, but nothing kind of made sense. Nothing fit perfectly anywhere, and I decided to go back in the future with a shotgun in hand to go for small game, and I went to the area where it was, and the height of it made a lot of sense. I was standing up on the path that was probably 2 feet above where where this tree row was sitting, so its eyes were pretty close, in line with mine. So
and to give you guys an idea, Brian's about 6'5".
Yeah,
so that's 8.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
I feel like a very small man next to Brian. Aiden feels like an even smaller man next to Brian.
Well, I'm the weirdo. Everyone else is very normal sized.
Which one? Homeless men don't have yellow eyes, Brian, unless they're dying of liver failure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Or maybe they were swimming in the...
Oh, yeah, because we're right
in the runoff.
Yeah, we're right by the runoff over there. There's a lot of weird water over there. But yeah, so... It was
that super yellow spot of water.
Oh, yeah. Algal blooms, all that kind of good thing.
But here's the thing. A lot of people in the chat are like, oh, maybe it was a mountain lion. I need you guys to understand something. I'm going to show you the area again. This is where all of this happened. This is about a square mile and a half of game lands that is ringed on 3 sides. It's a peninsula, ringed on 3 sides by the Schuylkill River. Schuylkill River is not a creek. It is deep. It runs fast. You can cross that. Most animals probably wouldn't cross it there. There are other places nearby that you can do it. But the other thing is, if you look, Penhurst Asylum over here, this is, for the most part, private property and, not really used anymore, except around Halloween. There's a farm right up here. There are shops, there are residential neighborhoods, there's a golf course. Then over here, you got more residential, more golf courses. I mean, this is not Archie, this is not middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. This is not, getting out. Archie! This is not getting out into the Appalachians when you get over towards Tuscarora. This isn't even Lancaster. This is, if you know what King of Prussia is, it is a very, very, very densely populated suburb with a huge mall. So, oh my god, you two, stop it. So point is, anywhere you look around this game, stop it! Go, out of the room. Go on, bad dogs.
What do you mean?
Go on. What, the candy corn? Is that what they were fighting over? Of course it was. They love their candy corn. So point is, there is a ton of residential area around here. This isn't the kind of place that a mountain lion is going to hang out. No. Not the kind of place a bear is going to hang out. All of that is miles west and miles north. Not even south and east. No, nothing. For miles and miles and miles and miles. Mm-hmm. So the fact that something was right in here, utterly bizarre. If it's a natural apex predator. And then you consider the fact that Penhurst was over here, and that there's this creepy algal bloom, and that there's a nuclear plant.
It really does, like, looking at it from perspective, it now looks like such a weird spot that weird things have to happen in. You know what I mean? You got the nuke plant, you have the insane asylum, and around an area that's super, super old, where people have been for a long time. Oh, yeah. We have the empty, the empty industrial area right next to it, which was very eerie. I mean, it's like
the thing that makes the most sense is, in fact, like, homeless person living out there, except for the part where they must have been 8 feet tall.
Oh, yeah, and the other thing, too, is because it's so much residential there, the people, I mean, the road to access it, you're passing right by houses, and in this area, there's rules against using rifle calibers, so like .308, things like that, because of the distances you are between residential properties, you could overpenetrate an animal or something and accidentally shoot into a house. So, it's the families and the locals over there are I'm sure, are keeping track of who's going in and who's going out of the game lands, if they're causing any trouble or anything. So, it was just so strange, and it was so scary. It was so off-putting. Nothing ever felt quite like that.
Did you ever go back?
Yes, I went back. Yes, I went back for small game during the daytime, because there it was like 5 a.m, and it was a clear day, and I got to scope it out a little bit, and nothing strange. It was very normal. It's a great spot if you want to go dove and pheasant hunting. The empty portions of the property on the back, that was probably, if anything, that's where someone would hole up, but I didn't see anybody or any evidence of people.
Yeah.
So it was just really, really weird. And I've never had another experience out in the woods with how often I've gone hunting around here that's been similar. No sensation of something weird. I've seen, coyotes and the presence of other predators and stuff where you're like, okay, time to hoof it, or you start hearing the yips and the yowls and you're like, all right, time to move along, but nothing like that.
Yeah, and I see people in chat who are saying, like, well, not coyotes, well, mountain lions are known to come into, like, Altadena and Pasadena and stuff. Yes, out of the mountains that are right there. I can't emphasize enough how far we are from wilderness here. You've got to go 15 miles, and you are going over highways, you're going through residential areas, and not a single person I have met in my entire life, and I've lived here 27 years, has ever seen a mountain lion in person in this area. Whatever he saw, the only thing that I can even think of is that, like, you saw a raccoon in a tree, but that doesn't explain the two-legged gait.
Exactly. And I will note for everyone, too, when it comes to mountain lions and apex predators, especially the big cats, the only time you're going to know they're there is if they want you to know they're there. They are that dead quiet, and it's one of the reasons why hiking out in the West is so terrifying, especially if you happen to enter their territory. It would not have been likely trying to say hi to me if it was treating me like prey. So that's another kind of scary aspect of it. It was whatever this thing was, it wanted me to know it was there.
Yeah, and I want to make, just kind of like bring this up as another little point here. I have to look for it a little bit, but the place where we usually go, me and Aiden, to just hang out is out here in a place called St. Peter's. I'm going to show it to you. So we usually head out here. This is farther away, considerably, from the Linfield area, and it is woods. Like it is forest, or this is probably 20 square miles of forest and game lands out here. And I've never seen anything, never heard anything weird. That's where something would be if you were expecting wolves, bears, mountain lions, anything like that, or these big expanses of forest. They're not going to cross these kinds of big highways. And I think what you don't see, not knowing the area, is that to get over here, you have to cross 422 is a huge, 4 to 6 lane highway. That's on the east side, and the north side over here, Route 100, same kind of thing. It's a 4 lane in a lot of places. It's a nice big wide highway in a lot of others, and you've constantly got cars. You have people. This is not the kind of place that we have natural predators. Like when I say nobody's seen them in years, I mean literally nobody has seen them in years. It's really only once you start getting out like towards Reading that you would even be in the kind of place that it's empty enough outside of the city.
And I've hunted plenty. I lived in that area as well, and I've hunted all over Reading, around that south towards Morgantown, north up towards the mountains when you get up there, and never had an encounter quite like that. Also, I grew up in bear country, which is a weird thing to say for New Jersey, is bear country, surprisingly. North Jersey has a ton of bears. It is very, very fun because they're kind of funny and goofy, but you get used to knowing the sounds and the expectations with them. They're pretty easy to spot, and you can tell them in the dark, even if it's just black bears.
Yeah, so you guys know how I am when it comes to weird stuff. I try to avoid thinking something is weird just for the sake of thinking it's weird. This was a weird story. This was the kind of thing that I've been out to Pennhurst myself a number of times. I've been there when it's active for the Halloween stuff. I've been out there when it's not. It's a creepy place, but it's creepy as in like, ooh, spooky ghosts. Like horrible things happen to people here. That kind of creepy. It's not creepy in the sense that you feel like you're being watched by a monster from the woods.
And then the only other thing, and I will say, I think it happened at a similar time while I was there, was there was a guy going around to different state parks and game lands putting up papers on trees and like the parking areas saying that there's been Bigfoot sightings and you should call the state game commission to talk about it if you've seen something. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did I meet Bigfoot? Was it Bigfoot, man? Was it the Sasquatch? And I'm like, maybe. Because people say PA has Bigfoot. I'm kind of iffy on that, especially in the South. Maybe when you get up towards like Tioga County or something, Elk County. Maybe.
This would be a weird place to see Bigfoot.
Yeah,
This would be really weird.
It's like Bigfoot was coming to get some Wawa hoagies and head back to the woods, man. It makes no sense.
Exactly. He was. Oh, I'm sorry, but the idea of Bigfoot at Wawa actually. Great commercial material.
Oh, I mean, I'm the Bigfoot you expect at Wawa. Yeah, that's the thing.
No, but like, and that's the thing is the one thing I can't imagine it being that wouldn't be supernatural would be a Bigfooter trying to convince people Bigfoot is there, dressing up in a suit. But then on the other hand, are you stupid enough
To do that.
to do that during hunting season?
Yeah.
Some people are.
I've seen a lot of dumb things in game lands during hunting season. Especially in the areas where the suburbs cross over really well.
Yeah.
I mean, like people with their dogs off leash in the middle of rifle season. It's, it's horrible.
Yeah, no, that's the crazy thing is like you have to go to that point of like somebody trying to convince you they're Bigfoot and not being smart enough to not do it during hunting season in order for you to get to a version of the story where it makes sense and it's scary.
You might want to just take them out of the gene pool anyway. Like that's a really dumb thing to do.
Don't run around on a state game land during hunting season dressed as Bigfoot.
Oh, for everybody. Wear orange vests, any high-vis vest if you go out during any hunting season, please. It helps everyone involved. It gets kind of sketchy out there, especially if there's some old boomers with some really bad eyesight. It gets a little sketchy at times.
Wait, so what are we allowed to use to hunt in Pennsylvania?
So it's by wildlife management unit and county.
Okay.
And so in this area, when it's rifle season, you can use buckshot and 12-gauge slugs. You cannot use a bottleneck cartridge.
Wait, so you can't even... So I understand they're not being able to use a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Are you telling me that even on the bigger game lands, you can't use an actual rifle?
Yes.
Even
very
if full
quickly,
action?
I'll tell you, very quickly, once we get out to 5C, this was in 5B,
Okay.
you get to use rifles.
So, like, I guess where on the map? I'm curious now.
Oh, 5C is, oh man, it cuts in around Pottstown, down towards the left, towards New Holland.
Okay, so...
Yeah, so that's where 5C starts.
Down near Reading?
Yeah. Reading is like the center of 5C.
Gotcha. So you can use rifles.
Yep.
Out there, just not down here. Mm-hmm. Is it because of residential?
Yeah, it's because there's so much residential.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Damn. All right. Well, I still have no explanation.
Yes.
I want to go out there. I want to go out and see what we can see sometime.
Well, that's
take
the
the
thing.
GoPros.
Like I said, I've done freaky stuff before. We did in Jersey.
There you have.
Wow, yeah.
Big boy.
But we gone to Greystone Asylum in New Jersey. We did the Gates of Hell in New Jersey. We did the Shades of Death Road, Clinton Road, all these kind of famous spots. You know, in high school, growing up, to go see all the spooky stuff. Never had an experience quite like this.
That's the crazy thing is when you go to all the like supposedly haunted places, and it's on some random tiny little game. You see something weird for the first time. All right. Well, all of that. I think what we do now is I pull this over here. Actually, no, I pull this over there, and I put you over there, and I put this up there.
This is so complicated.
It's not that bad.
I know, but I'm stupid.
But so now at 7:30, because again, Aiden Thornbury's not here, we're doing a nice short little episode tonight. We will probably not be able to get through any super chats that came in after right now. So we'll obviously the ones from Duo and Elena we'll get to, but I'm just going to go through these ones. We'll have a nice short casual show tonight. And then next week we'll have some fun with what we're going to be doing. So starting off, Telemachus and Rusted Valor. I see you guys have been members. 14 months. God damn, dude. And yes, we've been looking through about the editor stuff. We do have somebody local who we're looking at potentially bringing on. But if that doesn't work out, then we'll be going to the that side of things, to the internet. And I will let you guys know how that develops. Telemachus, thank you for being a member for a month. Admiral Nelson said for $4.99, thanks for the recommendation for the Anglican Catholic Church. Found Holy Trinity in OB in San Diego, and I'm loving it. I'm glad. I felt very, very at home in the ACC.
Yeah, go to church, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's a more traditional Roman Catholic. Mm-hmm. You know, what with his Irishness.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know, I
Saints Catholic.
Oh, good God. No, me with my Welsh ancestry going and joining the Church of the Enemy. But I like it there. Dino Nuggies for $6.90. You guys with the specific numbers, I love it. The nice number. Graduated yesterday. Thank you for all the videos and helping me get through high school. Well, congratulations on graduating. That's an important step. And I'm glad we were able to provide entertainment through these years. Good luck in college if you are planning to attend, or in the trades if you are planning not to.
Or whatever else you do.
Or OnlyFans, I guess.
Don't do that. Unless it's feet. Do feet finder.
Dude, you know what? Yeah, that's there. You can't go wrong with Feet Finder.
Feet finder's way better.
Dude, I've been on Feet Finder for years until I financed college.
Oh, it's why that like these weird businessmen are after me now, and that's because of Feet Finder.
It's the big feet.
Oh yeah, it's a big feet.
All right, Mr. Dillo, okay, for 2070. Thank you. Said, as an avid listener for about 2 or more years, I should know this. I really should. But what is the upload segjugal?
Oof.
May your skin feel smooth. May your teeth stay comfortably warm and toes clean.
Ooh, I don't want to go to this guy's house, man. That's a little. that says there might be like a painting on the wall that's like painted in blood or something. I don't know, buddy.
Painting on the wall with 2 holes cut out in one of the eyes.
Yeah.
The upload schedule is every Friday at 4 p.m. What?
My wife jumped in here and just sent me a little message of she thinks that I saw you in the woods there, Mr. Dilo.
Apparently you grew up in bear country.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like this. Our beards are roughly the same color. That's bothering me. That's bothering me
we look
a
good.
lot. We do, but it's
great.
bothering me a lot that I have brown hair.
Yeah.
So every Friday at 4 p.m. and this show is supposed to be every Monday at 7 p.m. God willing. That is the general schedule here. As for History Unhinged, we're trying to be better because we keep miscommunicating on when things are supposed to be going up. Pseudo Legend gave us $19.99 for the PTSD therapy fund. Keep up the good work, and Thornbussy looks different.
I hate him.
It's like a Pokemon thing. This is the next evolution.
I am Thornbussy evolved.
Yeah, he's the second.
Thorn Dick.
What's the third tier? Okay, you guys get to decide what's the third tier of the Thornbussy evolution system. Local Legends Burton Rand said, I may be spending the night in the Skinwalker Forest.
Good luck.
Good luck, sir. Let me know how it goes, and if you don't, let me know where you were going so we can either come find you or do a video on you. I'll make sure you're memorialized. That's the good news.
That's the bare minimum.
Yeah, bare minimum. Or we might find you, you know? I've been looking to test out my new 308.
Yeah, we don't have a helicopter, but we do have
firepower.
We do have a Ranger. We do have a Ford Ranger.
Yeah, we have a Jeep Gladiator.
And it's not as fun.
And we have 2 guys in the other room who are decently good with firearms. Right, guys? It's good. Do you want to come in here for Super Chats? Do you want to react to them with us? Do you want to come in for Super Chat time? Yeah. Come on in.
Next question's a good one.
Well, okay, there's Archie.
And distracted.
Yeah, come on in. This is Nick and Trent. They're also our buddies. I'm not really sure how I met Trent, to be honest with you. I remember meeting Nick.
There was one drunken night.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, we met them out and about as well. So, Honors Place for 20 said, as a Christian, how many monsters do you entertain from global legends and folklore? I like that one. That's a good question.
That's a great question. A lot of stuff, at least for me, it's, the demon direction. You kind of go, it's demons. I struggle sometimes with the aliens kind of concept because it's like the world, everything is so vast and grand. I'm not entirely sure there, but I work on that and pray on that. But yeah, I think it's just a actual manifestation of something evil, as opposed to, people are really good at dealing with evil people.
Yeah.
And that's easy to kind of figure out, but when things are just so evil, it can manifest into a physical space, and that's what it seems to be to me.
Yeah. I generally think that most monsters are based in real events and real things that over time grow in a sort of whisper down the lane fashion. So it really depends on what it is. I think there are certain things that are just kind of silly. But then at the same time, I think that there are things that are, demonic in nature. And then things like Bigfoot, that's where I like to really dig in and see, okay, where did this come from? And the more we've dug into Bigfoot, for example, the more it seems like, oh, this appears to be stories of tribes that were considered to be savage by the other tribes that lived out in the mountains, like the hill people, you know? So that's, I think, where I net out with a lot of monsters. I wouldn't have a specific answer for that, like a number or any specific things, but I think that's where most of it comes from, is you have something that actually happens, something that people really experience, and then over time it evolves into something more monstrous, I guess is the right word for it, and less explainable.
Yeah, I would actually 100% agree with that.
Let's see. In regards to my chat last week, it's an MTG card. Do you mean a Marjorie Taylor Greene card or a Magic the Gathering card? Probably the latter.
Probably the latter. I would hope the latter.
I'm going to be honest, I cannot remember what your chat last week was. That was a long episode, and the mayor got us off track.
Mayor's awesome.
The mayor's awesome.
Mayor's awesome.
Mayor's great. Also, I did see somebody, who was it? Somebody in here said that they had done a paranormal investigation thing in Linfield. And whoever that was, I want you to send us an email about what you found. Because that's like right next door.
Oh,
where
like,
it's at.
it was so terrifying that I started carrying to go into the woods. That's the it changed everything.
You weren't before?
Not usually. I usually had a gun anyway because I was doing small game and stuff.
That's fair. All right. Augustus Dombin, Gus the Kid AZ for 10 said, oh, also Nerdy Geek has been a member for 5 months. Thank you. Fan for years, I'm writing a novel themed around lost civilizations. I have a character from Tartaria as a joke. Am I giving Tartaria and its supporters too much credit? Aiden, would you have an opinion? I mean, if it's a joke and it's a fantasy novel, go for it. I think the only problem is when people start to pretend that was a real thing. In all actuality, I think that the place where Tartaria absolutely belongs is fantasy literature, so go for it. I think that's the right place to put it. Duo said, hey, just finished the video like 2 hours ago. Thanks for the shout out, by the way. Your mom was very nice. I'll drop you an email after I finish this. That was you! It was you who ran into my mom. Okay. Yes, please. Drop us an email. Let us send you some more merch. We'll get you the rest of the t-shirts. Maybe even one of the hoodies. It's not really hoodie season, but we'll get you some fun stuff. I'll try and send you a bag of coffee as well if you are a coffee drinker. And feel free to come by for Blobfest. We're going to be there again, I think on Saturday, the main day for the event. And we will be, I think, taking a suggestion box for what to call all of you, because we have been struggling to come up with a term. Okay, Arbor Irrigation Installer says, please read Start 38.8.10. Start 38.8.10. Oh, is that Genesis? From the Jesus book, Hawaiian Pigeon Bible.
Pigeon?
Pigeon. Yeah. Am I gonna get canceled if I do this? Am I gonna get...
I gotta know.
I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, I'm so scared of this. Okay, Genesis. Oh, no. No.
Oh, no.
Do you guys see this?
No, but I want to hear you read it.
Yeah. Galatians is named Foda Galatia People.
This is... Oh, my.
This is horrifying.
Oh, my.
Acts is called Jesus, guys.
Oh,
the only names that are correct. What Jesus showed John. Oh no.
Wait, what's the New Testament?
It's just called New Testament. It doesn't give me It doesn't give me anything from Genesis. There's no.
But we're gonna have fun with this. This is something I gotta look back into.
That's bad. Start 1.
Wait, no,
Wow,
go back to start 1. Go back to start 1. God maketh the world, man.
That was Jamaican. The time when everything went start.
God make the sky and the world.
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh, this is amazing.
This is horrifying.
I love it.
Feel the spirit.
Start 38:10. Oh. Start 1. Wow, that's bad. Exodus is called Out of Egypt. This is... I feel like this feels racist.
A little bit.
This really feels racist. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
What is pigeon? What is Hawaiian pigeon?
It's
What's
like
is it a group? It's a group of people, I'm assuming.
I don't know how to. Pigeon is like a. I'm gonna look up a. I don't want to say the wrong thing here. A grammatically simplified form of a language used for communication between people not sharing a common language.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it's like subtext only, I guess.
Well, I mean, you can.
The Judah story. Oh man, I love that.
Yeah, it's very, very simplified English.
This is insane.
Oh,
It's fascinating.
38. What did you say? 38, 8 through 10. I can't read this. I'm too light-skinned to read this on the internet. It feels racist to look at this. I'm just gonna show you guys.
You should show them. They need to know.
Can you see it? Is it coming through for you?
Oh no. Oh, it's about something. Oh. Oh gosh. Oh, it's an outline. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not good.
No, it's not. It's not good at all.
Why would you ask me to do this?
They paid for it, man.
They did. Who's each of your favorite Golden Girl and why?
Oh man, I might forget all the Golden Girls right now.
I'll pull them up for you.
Thank you. That helps so much. I know. It is shameful that I don't know them. Oh, it's Sophia. Or Estelle. It's Sophia Petrillo.
Okay. I mean, I gotta go with Betty White's character, because Betty White's the one I know.
Oh, Sophia reminds me of my crazy grandmother, so it's perfect.
How many times have you watched The Golden Girls?
Enough.
Okay.
It was on. It's funny.
Sure it was.
Yeah.
Duo said, we got mountain lions in the area. I got a cyclist buddy who's seen one on the Chester Valley Trail a few years ago. Did he, though?
Did he?
Did he?
Did he report it? He should have
I
reported
gotta
it.
look up where the Chester Valley Trail is in relation to where we're talking about here.
I hope he reported it, because that's big news. Over in Malvern.
Malvern? Really? Is he sure?
That cuts far up, man. Look at
Yeah, I mean, which part of the Chester Valley Trail? I guess?
you gotta
The big
give
question
a little more
here.
info there. I want to know like what part, what county,
Yeah. If he did, I'm shocked.
or what town. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, wow.
Kellen's been a member for 13 months. I feel like it's longer than that. Thank you. Arbor Irrigation said, I got a job working at Boeing making cool stuff. For the record, I am of sound mind and have no intention to delete myself.
Did he do the engineer money glitch where you just sell your soul and make bombs?
Well, no, he said he was working for, I think, the Department of State or something before.
Oh.
And his job was cut by Doge.
Oh.
Can you make sure the doors stay on the aircraft?
That would be big. Yeah.
That would be a big move. Big ups for that one, you know? Oh, why did chat do that?
Oh, there she is.
There we go. It's back now. All right. A pseudo legend said mild possibility you came across an eastern mountain lion considered extinct, but then again, the government did introduce western mountain lions a while back.
Yeah.
And then he also said one last thing: mountain lions are seen in California cities. There's videos of them. Yes, I have been out to Altadena. I have family there. They do see mountain lions. I think the issue there is also the two-legged gait. That throws a wrench in the problem.
It's definitely the mountain lion possibility exists.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely a possibility. It's real small, but
it's there.
It's there.
Let's see. JMO, pre-sure of the milk for $5.01. said, Milkethese 1:4, thus he spake unto them, the milk hath heard thy supplications and lamentations, it desireth all its kind to be merry. At a certain point, we are going to have a Bible that is in milk format.
The Milk Bible.
Yeah.
2%.
Oh, Milk Psalms 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the unmilky, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Are these actual Bible verses that you're just making about milk?
That's what it looks like. I mean, like, they're doing a good job of it.
I don't want the milk translation. I'm sorry. I don't need the Milker's translation.
the King, like, it's like the King James Milk Bible or something.
Oh, God. The dairy version.
The dairy, non-dairy, and dairy versions of the Bible.
CJ said, Super Chat does not want to cooperate with me, keeps canceling. Anyway, Tony Turner coverage, I beg you. Tony Turner, why does that sound familiar? Oh, Pittsburgh. I mean, I can certainly look into it. Pittsburgh is close enough to home. Because, let's see. Yeah, I can see what I can find. It's going to depend on how much there is, because that's the one thing, is like, if there's no information, then we can't really make a video. But I can see what we can do. Right now I'm looking into the Emanuela Orlandi case from the Vatican. Oh boy, it skipped. It skipped! Where'd it go?
You're at like 723.
There we go. Okay. JJ Swift just sent us $2. Thank you. Elena de Howler Werewolf Queen said 50. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. PTSD therapy fund. 2, looking for a surprise for Thornbury. DVD of a train movie Mom and I loved since we were kids. Would you remind us of the address? And 3, Red Web equals mystery podcast collab idea. Ooh. Who would you want us to collab with, I guess, is the question. Or are you talking about Red Thread? Or would that be something separate? As for the address, it is 10 North Main Street, Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And yeah, that's where to send things. Don't come there without telling us. Just need to reiterate that. There are cameras and we have firearms. Do not come without permission.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Do not come. Do not come. I'm gonna come. Doesn't 5B allow straight wall like 350 Legend?
Yeah, Duo, I think you might be right. I think there's something to do with the county, and it might be dependent on the county, because I'm pretty sure it's Chester County that doesn't allow straight wall cartridges, but 5B does allow.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what a straight wall cartridge is.
That's like 357, 44 Magnum, 4570.
Oh, so we could take the...
Yeah.
350.
We could take the... We could take...
Yes,
we could,
yes, I know. Yep, there he goes.
The special stick.
The special stick.
Something fell, and now I can't get totally into the room. I don't know what YouTube will allow, so I'm going to stand back here with it and just... Wait, it's not. It's doing the thing.
Someone sit on there.
Wait. This guy? We can bring this?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to put you over there.
Oh, hey, Archie. How you doing, buddy?
I bought a clone of a Winchester 1873 from Taylor. I'm very excited about it.
That is very exciting.
It's a very pretty gun. All right. Let's see. Rusty Valor said 14 months is nothing. I had to resub a while, but I hate that it does that. It just like unsubscribes people randomly. We see people rejoining at the like $1 or $5 tier all the time. And I'm like, I don't think people are unsubscribing from a $1 subscription.
No.
Randomly. Like it's just YouTube doing it for some reason. Yeah, Archie, I agree. Doc Kildreth and oh boy. And Tyler Dalrymple have both been one's a new member, that's Doc, and the other is Tyler, who's been a member for a year now. Thank you, Tyler. And thank you, Doc Kildreth, for joining the cause. Welcome to the not Cole. Griff for 10 said, after watching the Tartaria supercut, I can't help but think Mind Unveiled would break if the Yakubians claimed birthright to Tartaria in the name of Yakub. Praise be upon him, bet some slurs would fly. That is a sentence.
Yeah, that is.
Are you familiar with Yakub?
Kinda.
Do you know the story of Yakub? The ancient black man with the giant head who decided to ruin the world by creating white people with his big brain.
Oh.
He bred light-skinned black people together until they turned white and then unleashed them upon the world like the virus we are.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I gotta give credit to African racists. That is creative as hell.
I mean, effort.
That puts the KKK to shame.
Yeah.
KKK was just like, we don't like you.
That's it. Yeah, it's simple.
That's got lore. Like, Yakub got lore.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not great.
What else do we have? Hallow Knighthood said, love these lives, been a fan since Gab Petito. Thank you. Would y'all, that's a long time, wow. Would y'all be willing to look into the disappearance of Cody Bigsby? I can certainly write the name down.
I got to, it's wild, like, coming to see your lives and how many people just jump in with, like, just, oh, do you know this person heard of this disappearance? It's kind of sad at times because you're like, wow, there's just a lot of missing people, but it's cool that you guys are able to get so many people with all this stuff that pops up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. What? Corey Bigsby could get another 162 years on child neglect charges. What? I will have to look into this because that's wild. I don't know what happened, but whatever happened, that is a lot of years. That's a lot of years in prison.
Yeah, it's worth writing that name down.
Aaron Faith just sent $2 and a woman looking down her glasses at me. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very aroused right now. Don't look at me like that or you might get pregnant. I said what I said. Army Irrigation Installer said, nope, always worked in defense. Okay, so I had the wrong department. And I guess he's not going to keep the doors on the planes.
Oh. Someone's got to.
Somebody's got it.
Someone's got to step up.
Can you put a word in?
It's not going to be me. I'm not an engineer.
Yeah, I mean, when we flew to Alaska, Thornbury's plane, the door almost came off.
Ooh.
So that's not great. I'm going to be honest, if that were me, I would simply pass away on the spot. I'm already afraid of flying.
I forgot that you were really afraid.
Terrified of flying. I hate it. Faith said, and sword-wielding toddler, the ultimate protection.
Yep.
True. If this is, I think this is the correct Faith. If this isn't the correct Faith, I'm sorry. But Faith, our one of our friends from the Alaska trip, brought her daughter up to do dogwood, and she and I had a very spirited sword duel using the foam swords I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very confused that she couldn't get me because the one sword was too short, and she gave me the long one, which was very easy to just deflect. And the other the shorter sword was short. Obviously she had the advantage of the longer weapon, but it was a lot heavier, and so she was surprised by my quickness. Yeah, I could slay so many 4-year-olds in single combat. Like
how many 4-year-olds does it take to take you down after
that's the thing.
10 child waves with like a 10-year-old as a boss after 5 waves?
So that's the thing. Are they armed?
Nerf tools. So
oh no, dude! I am going to be surrounded by a pile of corpses.
Oh yeah, but you can go for a while.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the 4-year-old's bones will snap quite easily.
Oh no, something went wrong.
Oh no, it all went wrong. Is it still streaming? I can't tell. It is.
Hey.
Good. Yeah. No, I could take a lot of 4-year-olds.
Proud of you.
You could probably take even more.
No, we update those to like 7-year-olds, and then we do like a 12-year-old as a boss.
12-year-old.
Yeah, that's
a single 12-year-old I could take. Multiple 12-year-olds. That's where you're starting to get.
12-year-old the boss back.
Yeah. Do they listen to the 12-year-old?
No,
they don't follow. Yeah. Yeah. No. But 7-year-olds, if they can grab onto your arms,
oh yeah,
they can weigh you down.
It would be like there will be a number. Like it isn't like you can do this to infinity.
Yeah, no,
There is a number when it
4-year-olds.
needs to end.
4-year-olds, I think I could basically slay an infinite amount of those.
Yeah.
7-year-olds, that's up in the difficulty quite a bit.
Now you got to remember too. There's going to be like 7-year-old girls and maybe even a 12-year-old girl, and they might have the meanness in them at that point.
Yeah.
Say something that really hurt your feelings. That's probably what's going to take me down. Is like a mean comment from a 12-year-old girl.
Just be oof. Oh, yeah. Stop that. Bad. Yeah, no, so that's, I don't know. Now, if we're talking about armed, I'm going to be honest, I think I have a better chance against armed, like, with swords, like armed 7-year-olds than I do against unarmed if everybody's unarmed.
Got into the brute melee combat.
No, because, you know,
you're not trying to box.
listen, with a sword in my hand, I am a formidable force.
That's such a weird skill to have nowadays.
It is.
It's very odd.
It is, but you know what?
Did you fence? Is this something I didn't know about you?
No, I've always had a knack for physical combat.
Oh, guys, he has a knack for physical combat. Everyone wants him out.
I'm just saying.
He might be walking around with his long sword.
I'm just saying. I boxed a Nazi when I was in college.
You boxed a Nazi?
I had never boxed before, and I did win.
Is he like a little skinny little skinhead guy?
He was skinny, but I probably only had 10 pounds on him.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I was like 100 and
It was a straight up boxing match.
Yeah.
Like the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I don't think did you have helmets on?
No, it was just straight gloves and gloves in it. I drank a few shots of whiskey beforehand, ate half a Domino's pizza. Then I went 6 2-minute rounds with a neo-Nazi in his garage.
Did you get the knockout or was it?
I did very briefly knock him out, but it was one of those where like he definitely went limp, but he was awake by the time he hit the floor.
Oh, okay. But still, you got a knockout.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. That was fun. His name was Kevin.
It's not a. I would not have picked that to be the neo-Nazi name.
You wouldn't, but no,
basic, yeah, it's very basic. Like Nathaniel, or like a.
I ran into him at Trouble's End.
Oh.
Like, I guess was that 2 years ago at this point? It was either a year ago or 2 years ago. But it was in April. I was playing a show. He was there. Another guy I knew, I was actually friends with in college, who then later became a neo-Nazi. There was a whole thing there. He and I were like, hey, we got to stop these neo-Nazis from infiltrating college Republicans. And I was like, I know what we'll do. We'll just tell everybody they're neo-Nazis. And he was like, no, we got to take them down from the inside. So my job was to antagonize them from the outside, while his job was to crumble them from the inside. The problem there was that he then was like, you know what? I think I'm going to become part of this. And unfortunately, he was very libertarian before that, and to the extent that he got in on Bitcoin early.
Ooh.
So now they're very wealthy. And they run a publishing company. It's on the ADL website. Yeah, I know these people.
Ooh.
Yeah, not great.
Not great.
But anyway, while we were at this show, I just kind of started making fun of Kevin's hair because it looked long and greasy and unkempt. And then Kevin came back inside and was like, why don't you say that to my face? And I was like, dude, I'm here with my family. I'm not getting into a fight with you. He was like, let's go outside then. And I was like, I'm not going outside with you to get into a fight. I was like, we've already done this. We did this years ago when I was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
And you were the same size you are now. Like, this is a bad plan.
Oh, listen to this big guy. Fights are dumb. Fights are dumb in public places. Don't get in fights for no good reason, because as soon as someone's head hits the pavement...
Get in your fights in private places.
Private places, but that's up to you. But still, like, also as a big guy, to all those out there who are at the bar who are like, you know what I really want to do after, like, 5 drinks is fight the big guy. Can you please stop, man? It's exhausting. I'm not trying to fight. I'm here with my family.
This is like me with the 7-year-olds.
Yeah. It's exhausting.
Yeah, he's just a lot bigger. Okay, let's see. We have Aaron Faith, community member. Thank you. Woody Munson said, have you heard of Bob Casserly? He built the St. Louis City Museum and was murdered while building cement land. What is cement land? He also said, he was a good man. Love you, buddy. Thank you. Cement land, incomplete public art exhibit.
Ooh. 54 acres. Wow.
Interesting.
Was navigable waterways.
Was killed at the Cementland site. It was initially reported that he died when the bulldozer he was driving flipped down a hill. According to Dr. Arthur Combs, almost every rib on both sides of his body were broken. Oh, I've broken 3. I can only imagine breaking all of them. Okay, however, in October 2016, medical expert Dr. Arthur Combs, same guy, concluded that he had been beaten to death and the bulldozer accident staged. Despite his conclusion, St. Louis medical examiner Michael Graham said, "We will stick with our original findings. We feel this was an accident."
Ooh.
I feel like, I believe that it might have been the beating to death thing based on all of that. I'm going to look into that one for sure, because that's just weird.
It's a really interesting thing, like a cool place to have. Like, it's a cool art installation. That's a great idea. Like, huge cement area with all that cool stuff, but, like, why would they murder him unless it was he trying to launder money through it?
Who knows, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, that would be one reason to build cement land, would be to launder money. But he says he was a good man.
Which means
He wasn't laundering money.
well, he wasn't. They were trying to get him to.
Ah,
The St. Louis mob.
that's fair. That could be it. CJ says, Tony sounds familiar because I always comment better if I make the chat live. You discount Dean Winchester looking ass. All right, fair.
You're the
Fair
great,
play.
You're the great value Dean Winchester.
Yeah, Walmart brand, I guess. And then Hamster Eater 96, because you guys have normal names. Have you ever heard the case of JF Garapi? He's a YouTuber under investigation by the RCMP because his wife is currently missing. It's a crazy case. Well, if the RCMP suspects him, we know he's innocent because they suck at this. But yeah, I can look into that. JF Garapi. JF Garapi. Jean-Francois Garapi, apparently. Author of The Revolutionary Phenotype. Oh, he's a Canadian white supremacist,
Oh no.
former neuroscience researcher, and alt-right better source needed. Okay. Political commentator. What does that mean? What does that mean, better source? Oh, it's from Salon. That explains why. Garapi hosted the YouTube channel The Public Space before launching his current channel, JFG Tonight, where he calls for the creation of a white ethno-state, promotes anti-Semitic messages, and advocates for the genetic superiority of white people. Ironic, coming from a Frenchman. They have no genetic superiority. They're French.
Well, he's like Canadian French, which is a little bit better.
Yeah, but look at his hair.
I know it's it's 2000 and late is what it is.
That's you can't make these kinds of arguments while having that kind of hair.
He looks like he would be in a new metal band.
He does look like he would be in a new metal band.
Yep.
He needs frosted tips.
He does need frosted tips.
Associated acts: Millennial Woes and Sargon of Akkad. Okay. Is he described as? Is he also described as a white supremacist on here? Okay, no, he was not. I met Carl Benjamin outside of a hotel in West Virginia a few months ago. He was a very nice man.
That's good.
Yeah, he watches the Lore Watch frequently.
All right.
Yeah, that surprised me too.
Yeah.
He knew who we were before we recognized him.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it wasn't weird. It was kind of cool. I was like, you're like
just being recognized.
bigger than us. Oh, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
That happens frequently now.
No one recognizes.
It happens at like I'll be at the grocery store and somebody's like, "Hey, you're the guy from the Lore." We were out in St. Pete. Somebody just was like, Ella walked over to say hi to their dog, and then he was like, "Wait a minute, are you the Lore Lodge?" And I was like, "Yeah." And his wife's like, "Who's that?" And he's like, "He has a YouTube channel." And I'm like, "I do have." And then she was like, "Is there any weird stuff around here?" And I was like, "Yes, quite a bit."
There's a lot of weird stuff here.
But wait, so what's personal life? Is this where we see, his partner, Elora Petouin, also known as Mama JF, disappeared in June 2023, having last been seen in Moncton. That can't be a real name for a place. On June 19th, 2 days after being left at a gas station. He subsequently announced a deep cleaning of his house. My wife, she has disappeared. I'm going to deep clean my house.
You gotta keep reading that.
He believed that she left voluntarily as an act of off-the-grid living, in explaining why he never reported her absence to the police. But in September or October of 2023, she was reported missing. As of October 2024, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police was still seeking tips from the public to help find Petouin.
Oh, dude, she was murdered.
Oh, he definitely killed her.
Totally murdered.
He definitely murdered this woman.
You're not genetically pure enough, and then just murdered.
You're not pure enough to
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like he's already insane. This is one of those.
He has a PhD?
There's a lot of crazy PhDs.
Yeah, that's fair. Alt-right YouTuber accused of luring autistic teen in pregnancy plot. Okay.
Oh,
What is that? What do you guys show me?
oh, God.
Why do you do this to me?
Jesus.
He published 13 research papers that have been cited 943 times. He studied the social interactions in monkeys. Oh, this can't be a real page. This feels like a movie villain. Oh, I'm so French. I study the monkeys and they make my racist.
He sounds like a Far Cry villain.
Far Cry go back. Much different from Far Cry 5, where unfortunately you have to play as the bad guy.
Yeah.
Nick and Shredder in the corner.
Trying to keep it together.
You're fine. Oh, boy. Yeah, I might have to look into that one just because that's wild to read through. And Keegan Walther sent us just $1. All right. Thank you. I don't mean that like just $1. I mean like he just sent us $1. He didn't say anything. I'll go through it. Did he say anything? No, he didn't say anything. This is why Thorn Bussy is necessary. You can't let Mattis go off on his own. I can get you Cementland drone footage for free. Please do. Please do, Woody Munson. Exile and Throne. No. Bad. Bad boy. Wait. Barry said, LOL, yeah, starting to think the RCMP might have already initially beefed the leads of the soul. What do you mean beefed the leads? I've never heard that term before. Beefed. Alex Corp said if Piker isn't arrested or being investigated by the time I get into the FBI next summer, I will personally take it up to ensure he's put on as many lists as possible. Do you mean Hassan Piker?
Oh, no, dude. JD Petty over there. Alt-right OJ.
What? No! No! Aaron Faith, I don't know. Sometimes YouTube just unsubscribes you, apparently. Also, Exile, Phoenixville does not have a thriving neo-Nazi scene. It's actually very liberal.
Very liberal town.
It was weird seeing these people here. We have gay sidewalks. Well, not gay sidewalks, gay crosswalks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mayor is gay.
Yeah. It's a fun town.
He's a great guy. Very fun guy. Yeah, it's a good place. Not sure what else to say other than that.
No, yeah.
We don't have our dive bar anymore, which makes me sad.
That's the hardest part of no dive bar. You just want like $4 beers and like, $6 wings. That's it.
Okay, you guys need to not make my comments about battling 12-year-olds to the death weird. That's cruel of you. She was surprised by my swiftness. Did I say that at some time?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. What was King Arthur's sword named? Anyone remember? Excalibur. Okay. Spoopy Autumn for 5 said, just got here, probably missed the story, but that's my bad. I don't know who your friend is, but his name better be Aiden. No, this is Brian.
I'm the next evolution of
Thorn Bussy. As he referred to himself, Thorn Dick.
Thorn Dick.
It should have been your alias, yeah. Barry said, I'm autistic. I don't know why I use the word beef. Hamas, Diddy, Adolf, Bin Laden, Piker? Okay. I did say beef out, and I think I meant beef up at some point in a post, and that's my bad.
Just don't say boof.
Beefed out does not sound good. It sounds bad.
Don't beef me out, man. Don't beef me out right now.
Dude, you totally beefed the landing on that kickflip. It kind of works. Okay. Oh, boy.
Phoenixville sounds like Western Russia, at least politically.
No.
No.
No comment.
West Germany, maybe. Am I drunk? Not nearly enough. Let's see. The mayor has drip. He does. He wore a kilt on St. Patrick's Day. And
oh, yeah.
Yellow shots with him. It was awesome.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's a great mayor. He's so good. Get beefed sounds kind of gay. Get beefed, loser.
Well, is it beefed or boofed?
He said beefed.
He said beefed?
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been so very real, but we should go before I say anything worse because Aiden isn't here.
Before he beefs it up more.
Before I get beefed out, you know.
Put that on the t-shirt.
Get beefed out.
Beef curtains. Yes.
No. Oh, one last one from Keegan Walther. Hey, Aiden, meant to send an actual text, my bad. Unfortunate news, there is a missing 22-year-old in Big Bear. This is why we got to get these in earlier in the show. Yeah. There is a missing 22-year-old in Big Bear this weekend. Tanner Prentice, body was found in the water a few hours ago. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I will keep an eye on it, and if it turns out to be something weird, I will happily look into it. Big Bear, where is Big Bear?
It's
California.
Oh.
All right. I'm certainly willing to take a look at it. Well, that's unfortunate.
That is a shame.
Yeah. Bear Mountain Ski Resort. Too many Bear Mountains in this country.
Way too many.
All right. Okay. Ooh, beef milk. Okay. That's just milk. That's just milk. Why does it sound so bad?
You gotta milk the beef, dude.
Okay. Defend democracy. Oh, yeah. That is one last thing. Wednesday, not tomorrow because I have band practice, but Wednesday, we will be battling to defend Super Earth right over on the Aiden Mattis channel. We tried to do that yesterday on New Haven and got our asses absolutely handed to us, so this will be an interesting time. But yeah, you know, for liberty and for bibberty,
Pork milk.
stop that. All
Okay.
right. You know what? Bad. Good night, everybody.
Night.